I don't think most women would find you sexually unattractive. I don't know. I don't know what your issue is. It's inside, though. It's not outside. It's not them.
Enjoying my life and just rotting, as I say. I'll go back to my video games.
There you go.
Start watching anime again.
I think if you were to put a smile on, buy some raver gear, go down to the club on a Saturday fucking night and be like, yo, let me buy you a drink. Yo, let me buy you a drink. Yo, let me buy you a drink. Trust me, one of those girls is going to see that you're skinny and that you're at the club and you have money to buy the drinks and stuff, and they're going to go home with you. Not because women are loose or slutty or some shit like that, like you're thinking, but because they're desperate for attention and love just like you. Even sexual love. And, I don't know. I think you make this a lot harder than it needs to be. On purpose. Because I think you need some kind of tribalist demographic to fit under. And you never had that your whole life. So you found sexlessness as your freak flag to fly, the banner that you're under or whatever. And while I think it's okay for people to find company, and you know, misery loves company, and I'm not saying communities are bad, and I'm glad that you guys did find a community, but like, do what I do, dude. Go down to the fucking coffee house. Sit there on Friday and Saturday, or sorry, on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Buy coffee, smoke weed or something, chill out, meet new people, tell them about the music that you like, and tell them about how you're dealing with being in an incel or whatever the fuck. Trust me, and you're gonna find someone. It's the fact that you're not trying. I think you're trying in all the wrong places, like the internet. Maybe your Magic the Gathering club, or your, like, I don't know, man. Like, go to the fucking club. It doesn't matter how old you are. Go to the fucking club. It's not that hard. Dance like you mean it. Not even well, just like you mean it, you know? Watch some videos about dancing. Learn to dance. Take some classes. You might even have, oh man, you might even be paired up with a girl that might like you. Go take dance lessons. But I see somebody who probably works like 40 hours a week, is unfulfilled and unhappy, hunting on the computer at night rather than in the clubs during the day. I'm sorry, but if you want to get laid, you better get used to the fucking bars, the clubs, the coffee houses, the Sunday parks, and the picnics, and the social get-togethers with friends. You better have a lot of friends if you want to get laid, because usually it's your friends that introduce you to the woman that you love or whatever. I'm sorry, but it's true. That's why women play matchmaker all the time. I see somebody who doesn't take a lot of shots, so you miss a lot. Yeah, being a strong man is about taking, you know, 100% of the shots you don't take, or you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Being a man is about taking the shot, you know, not being a fucking pussy. I don't mean that in some like female derogatory way. I'm talking about like you coward, you know, like you can't be a coward. I mean, you can be normal, but you can't be a coward.
And maybe get a job.
Ooh, dude, that would suck.
Tom says he's no longer involved in running the server, but he's still given up on the idea.
Okay, the last time that I was nervous to talk to a girl that I liked, I think I was 15 years old. And honestly, you know, they made a joke about this in Disenchantment. I think it's a pretty good book, a pretty good joke. It's like they tell Elfo that he needs a book for timid boys. And I think that's kind of what you guys need. Around the age of 15 or so, you need like a book for timid boys, or like a video for timid boys, and how to get out of that. And it's not Andrew Tate and fucking Neil Strauss and all the pickup artists of the fucking world. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's weird. My best friend pitched Neil Strauss's The Game at me when I was like, I don't know, 20. And I was like, yeah, but I don't think I need this. And he was like, I do. And I was like, yeah, I think you do. I don't need that. You want to know how to talk to women? Act normal and respectful, and listen to them when they speak, and act excited about something that they mention. Pay compliments, but don't be heavy-handed about it. Be charismatic and have a personality that you worked on. Don't just like do self-help and think I've got to be like this person, I've got to be like this person. No, you should see what elements of your personality people are attracted to and use that. It's hard to tell people how to be a better person in the dating pool, and I'm not one to talk because I've been like not in celibate, but I've been like, you know, emotionally unavailable for 5 years now, something like that. And I'm not one to talk, but that's a lot different when you're really in love with someone and you don't really want anybody else, at least not at that time. I'm getting to a place now where I want somebody else, but it's taken me a long fucking time. It's taken me 5 years. I thought I had met the love of my life, and it came on like that too. The day we met, I told her my life story, and she told me hers. That was very weird. I'm talking like the minute we met. The minute we met, we were on a date. I'm sorry. She was on a date. I mean, I was on a date with her too, in a weird way. She was on a date with this dude who I really respect actually a lot. A friend of mine through the coffee house. And they sat down across the fire pit from me. And she asked me what my life was like for some reason. And I just answered. And I told her that I was going downtown every day for 12 hours to chase for essentially my ex-wife, who was a heroin addict, who had got me addicted to heroin. And, well, I'd already been addicted to speed, but I was dealing with these addictions, and I was doing pretty well. I was getting more sober each day and doing better and acting less like an asshole and less like a drug dealer. And, she told me her hobbies. Her boyfriend was sitting there. She told me her hobbies. She told me her life story. She told me her hometown. She told me a story about having sex one time. She told me about a particular time she had sex with somebody. She told me about how she lost her virginity. She told me what she wanted in life, which was money, by the way. And she was unabashed about this. She was like, yeah, I don't want money because I'm greedy or whatever. It's because I like security and I like nice things. And I like Taj Mahal nice things. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and it's weird when you have that kind, when it comes on like that, and you remain best friends since the minute that you meet, and you see each other on the train weeks later and stuff like that, and you're like, this was not coincidence, this was fate, you know, and you're like, okay. And you accept it, and she's weirded out because I'm twice her age and twice her weight, but she likes me. That's the difference. And then this man tried to kill us. Well, he threatened her. He tried to kill me. And he would have tried to kill her too the next day after he tried to kill me. So like, and that just destroyed us. And she found someone else and some other man to be with and some other place to be while I was in the madhouse dealing with PTSD after a man tried to kill me. I put him in jail for 2 years. And so that is emotional unavailability. I haven't been laid in 4 years. Well, no, it's been less than that. Like 3? No. It's been 2 years and 8 months. Yeah, 2 years and 8 months, I think, something like that. 3 years. When you just can't imagine ever touching anybody else, like the idea sickens you because you're really head over heels in love with the person. Like that is a lot different from being in celibate. A lot different. You're turning women down, that kind of thing. That's a lot different. And honestly, of the two, I think being emotionally unavailable because you have a broken heart and you're obsessed should put you in the kind of frame of mind that this incel is in. And I think the incel should be happy that he's single and has, the world is his oyster. I'm going to die. I mean, I couldn't do anything. The tiger decharmed and killed me in 2 hits before I could get the charm off. Oh well, I'm still up. I'm still moving upwards, doing real good. And so yeah, and I don't have a lot of advice for these people. Just that, like, you have to go to the coffee house. You have to go to the sports games on Sunday. You have to go drink beer with your friends. You have to maybe take up a bad habit like smoking cigarettes or drinking beer or something that other normal people do. You have to, maybe you should take your dog for walks in the park and take a dancing class. You have to do these things. Like, okay, you want to know where I used to look for girls? At work. And it's weird. I've never met a working man who ever struggled with finding love. I've never met even crappy cashiers working for $10 an hour at 7-Eleven. If they're working 40 hours a week, they're not usually struggling to find somebody. And I wonder sometimes if they say NEET all the time, which is not an employment, education, or training. They call themselves NEETs. And I'm like, yeah, okay, usually most times when you meet somebody, it's at your work. It's either your work or your play or the weekend social engagement or a church or the bar or a club or, whatever. It's not the internet. It's not Tinder. It's not like porn. It's not over fetishizing porn so much that no girl could ever live up to that standard. It's just not, one of the things I had to understand about being like, okay, I'm white knight, like these weird incels and shit. I'm weird. I'm tips fedora like that, even though I don't like tips fedora or even that fucking concept really, but I am a bit tips fedora. It's fucking annoying. And I've been a white knight and I've saved some lives. I've saved some women's lives and I've saved some women from bad places. I've been the white knight before, but it took the love of my life telling me that she could never live up to the person that I had put up on the pedestal. And this is the most beautiful woman I've ever met, heard, or even conceived of, even in Hollywood included. And personality to fit and the intelligence just as much or more than me. And so you're looking at the trifecta and you're like, wow, I never want to let this go. And she's like, that's unacceptable. You can't put me on that pedestal. I can't be the only perfect like Disney princess for you. I'm always going to have problems. I'm never going to be, perfect or this stuff. And she's like, you got to stop putting me on a pedestal. It's unfair. And I was like, I've never thought about it from that point of view, how really unfair it is to be like, oh, she's perfect. We have to buy her gifts. We have to call her all the time. We have to text her all the time. We have to worry. We have to get worried that she's cheating on us or something like that. If you act like she's property or that, and some women like that, of course, but it's like, it's like, it's a hard thing. If you are watching porn all the time and you need every girl to look like Riley Reid, or I don't know who the fucking porn stars are anymore or whatever. Like, you will have, I mean, you might meet women like that. You'd be surprised how often they'll actually be with someone like you too. But it's unlikely if you're going into it like, oh, I don't want that girl because she doesn't look like a porn star or whatever. And that's another thing I think that I see you guys doing a lot.
In a relationship.
It's a form of objectification. You think of them, oh, there goes a female. Nope, it's just there goes a human. They're no different from you. They're the same as you. They don't have dangling body parts, but that's about it. Everything else is about the same, really. And and sure, we're different fundamentally, and we have different personalities and different DNA imperatives and all this, but they're still humans with wives and children, just like you or whatever. They're like normal. I'm quoting the Flaming Lips, but these women or men or gay people or trans or whatever are all humans who should be loved and respected just the same, including women. And if you walk in a room and you immediately, your eyes are only attached to the one girl that you're obsessed with there, and you can't pay attention to anyone else, and you can't play cool, and you can't let the chemistry just happen naturally. You've got to force it on her, or you've got to hit on her too much, or you've got to like bring her down or deride her or something like that, like you used to do on the playground. You used to kick dirt at her and call her like, get out of here, dirty girl, or whatever. It's just like weird. And I'm sorry, but it's weird. That stuff. The Hedgehog's dilemma is a bad look in almost anybody but physically deformed people or like hunchbacks. It's a good look when you're the hunchback of the Notre Dame. It makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense when you're a normal human. You look to me about as normal as they get. And you're not a hunchback. And I'm sorry, like sometimes that kind of, I'll never be with anybody, I'm far too ugly and I'll never be with anything. That's probably appropriate for like a drugged out hunchback. You know what I'm saying? But like not for you. Not for you. You could do fine.
That's another thing, right? You look at his fucking...
And I'm not talking about Twitter or like Instagram or fucking
He's not taking care of himself. He looks like a fucking idiot. Listen, trim your fucking beard.
What?
Quit looking like a clown. People say it looks fine. Yeah, it says you. Look at me. Bro, my beard sucks. Look at this. I haven't shaved in a while. It looks like shit. If I shaved it, it would look way better.
No, it's just sort of like...
That's how I feel.
Huge, like, gaping hole.
I didn't shave today.
Into society, I guess.
Been shaving every day, but I didn't shave today.
Affects my mental health and many other, and so it's mental health by making us like much less caring about.
Also, I see a lot of selfishness here. I see me, my problems, my incel life, my issues, I struggle, blah blah, my. And you know what? This is something I really feel very strongly about with women. Women don't do selfish men. They do when it comes to like the man's selfishness when it comes to his own shit. But self-obsessed men like that, like this guy's talking about my problems, my issue, my incel issue. The people won't talk to me, and it actually does sound like a narcissist a little bit, doesn't it? It's like the world's a little bit bigger than that. It's not just your issues; it's everybody's problems. It's not just you; it's everybody. Everybody's got issues. Women are too shy. Like women have a gender norm going against them where it's hard for them to approach us. You know, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. You know, it's unfortunate.
Prospects. The community is really the only reason why I stay, and as the situation for young men continues to get worse, it is inevitable that subgroups.
Yeah, I think that guys definitely, like, there's a problem.
I think that if your DNA is speaking to you like this and you are like hard bound like the Bible in your loser talk like this, you might be sorting yourself out of that gene pool. Yeah. If you can't see that the glass is half full of piss You don't have to say the glass is half full of beautiful holy water or God's vagina juice or something. You can understand that the glass is half full of piss, right? And sure, we don't want to drink the piss. No, life sucks right now a little bit. Everybody's scared. There's terrorism going on, and you know, Uvalde, Texas is, and so fucking, you know, like Reddit, like Kiko Mori culture going on, but like, it's still good to remain positive. It's good to think that it's like all of life is a tango. It's never me, my issues, blah, 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 blah. You have to learn to love yourself first. And it's a bad cliche that I don't think is proper for this. It's a bad cop out, that one. I feel ashamed that I said it, but it helped me to understand it. They said it so much to me that I had to internalize it. They said, you've got to learn to love yourself if you really want the beautiful love of a beautiful woman. And I was like, no, just keep playing video games to be fat and end up being a neckbeard in a basement. I'm fine. Nope. Had to worry about my hygiene, had to worry about my money, had to worry about having a home, had to worry about taking care of my family in their old age, take care of my adult responsibilities and stuff. I paid my taxes. I got out of the system. I had to work to better myself the entire fucking way. I learned 10 different professions and did them all. I became a drug dealer and built an empire. It was making $3,000 a day when it crumbled. I was trying to do things, to experimental things to try to make my life better, and I hear a lot of me, and they don't live up to me out of these people. That's all I hear out of them. Me, and they don't live up to me, and then that's not good. It's how it sounds to me.
Like, I think that as a guy,
Kiko Mori, I get. White American males acting like this, I don't. There is 350 million women in this country. Some of them are lesbians, some of them are trans, some of them are straight, some of them are whatever. You know, so I don't know what percentage is straight, but it's going to be a lot. It's going to be like 300 million, something, 275 million straight women out there, something like that. Trust me, there's for every woman there's a man, and for every man there's a woman. It's called the Fisher Principle. I can talk to you about the Fisher Principle if you don't believe me, but this is a force of science that cannot be reckoned with. The Fisher Principle. You can see it in all living things. Well, all things with a gender, excuse me. Fisher's Principle is an evolutionary model that explains why the sex ratio of most sexually reproducing species is close to 1-to-1. The principle states that the sex ratio is maintained at 1-to-1 due to negative frequency dependent selection. This means that individuals of the rare sex have more, of the rare sex have more reproductive opportunities than individuals of the more common sex, right? So whoever has less, this means that individuals of the rare sex, which means whichever gender has less in it, which I think right now is actually men, or maybe, I don't know though, but yeah, yeah, they struggle with this, and Fisher's Principle assumes that environmental conditions affect the fitness of sons and daughters equally. If this is not the case, individuals can adjust the sex of their offspring in response to the environment. So, like, if war happens, Fisher's Principle will literally dominate the gender gene pool and cause the breeding to be such that it returns to 50-50 male-female gender ratio. Now, this is not totally true. It's just what the working gender norm for gender ratio is in, like, it's like an evolutionary model straight out of Darwin. It's like a Darwinism principle that as long as there's male and female anything in any culture, in any phyla or fauna or whatever, the gender ratio almost always remains 1-to-1. Which means that for every really, really, really regressed, negative, Kikomori, unhappy incel person, there is an equally unhappy incel Kikomori person on the other side of the gender looking exactly like and looking exactly for somebody exactly like them. And the difference is the Kikimoras, because of their like hedgehog dilemma, they get so scared to go chase. But the Fisher Principle pretty much dictates that there is somebody out here for this guy. There is somebody out there for this guy. It's how science and nature works. Even the scientists would say it. The scientists would bow to the Fisher principle. It is the leading evolutionary model. It dictates that there is somebody out there for this guy. It's one of the funny ways that God works, if you believe in such things, or nature, or whatever your personal beliefs are, the great spirits in the sky, or whatever, or the animals, whatever you believe in. The bottom line is Fisher principle dominates and has for all living things, as far as mankind has experienced anyways. As long as there's a male and female gender model in it, the ratio remains close to 1-to-1. And even war can't stop it. Kikimora can't stop it. Incel can't stop it. It'll remain 1-to-1. There will always be a male or female counterpart to you, across gender or even gay or whatever your case may be, who is your match, who is there in the gene pool for you, who is actually a match, who came up maybe not the same place as you, but with the same feelings and the same attractions and the same history and the same and all this. And this is how life works. It's not this thing where there's some, you are like, the best example of it I've ever heard is actually a quote out of Cabinet of Curiosities by Guillermo del Toro, which is a Netflix television show that hit on Halloween last year, where this old man sits down at the table and he's like a forensic investigator, and he's come to visit his old detective friend, and they're old men, and they sit down to have coffee at the table at the beginning of a case, and they can't explain what's happening, and I won't ruin the show for you, but they said something that I'll never forget. The guy says, well, John, I've got to be cursed. And the detective looks at him and he says, you are not unique. What makes you think you're any more unique than anybody else? We all have the same barriers. We all go through the same shit. You will go through the same shit that we all go through. There's nothing special about you. You are a unique snowflake. That's why you're my friend. But we all went through the same shit. We all went through the same dating struggles, the same money struggles, the same taxes, the same government shit, all this stuff. And you are not cursed. You are not special. There's no reason why your alcoholism makes you any more special than my alcoholism does, or your drug addictions, or your ex addict stuff, or any of this other stuff. None of that stuff makes you any more special than me or anyone else. You are not cursed. You are not special. You're not a unique you might be a unique snowflake, but you are not cursed. Right? And it took somebody saying that for me to understand, to begin to finally really unravel the energy of the dark curse that was on me, that caused me to fail at everything that I did for 7 years, including marry the love of my life, or whatever the equivalent would have been for her, And so I look at this and I'm like, yeah, you can give up, and you cannot take the shots, and you cannot learn to dance, and you cannot go down to the coffee house, and you cannot go down to the bar. You can, maybe not go out and get a car, maybe not go out and get money, and maybe not go out and flash some cash at the fucking club or whatever. Maybe not make a crew of homeboys who do get laid, who take you around other girls who might be looking for a good man, kind of stuff, because it's all about word of mouth. Humanity is about word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? And you would do better, but no, it's all about woe is me, my problems, my limitations. Nobody will look at me. Everybody looks away from me when I'm in public and all this stuff. Nah, man, trust me, you're just not that special. Nothing makes you stand out, stand further out or stand further away, unless you're some kind of fucked up hunchback or some kind of freak in nature. Trust me. Then you might actually need an attitude like this, which is what makes some of this shit so negative and so shitty for a lot of people, right? After watching that season of Freak Show by the American Horror Story, and watching how really beautiful freaks can be, I understood that you are the freak. If you are unhappy with yourself, and you're unhappy with other people, like say if you're an incel and you're unhappy with women, you're the freak. Those are your problems. You are projecting those problems on someone else. You must shine the magnifying glass at yourself.
I think it's a dynamic that women have this like innate value to them that guys don't have.
Bullshit. Men have just as much value. It's equal. We're all the same. We're all respectable. We're all, unless we're like rapists. And sure, men do stuff like rape and war. But I mean, you know, women do bad stuff too. We're not going to call it out because it's a, you know, a male dominated patriarchy, and I don't like the fucking sexism, and I don't like calling out like women's foibles and shit because it's not very fair. It's like kicking a toddler or somebody when they're down after the patriarchs kept them as slaves for 2 million years. Women were considered chattel up until 1976. It was, you know, you could rape your wife up until 1976 and no judge in the land would convict you because women were chattel. And it's disgusting to me. How in that, you know, like oftentimes you want to point the finger at women. I say you're the fucking freak.
Like if you're a guy, it doesn't really matter. Like it's like if something happens to you, who gives a fuck, right? And like at the reality, it's kind of like
yeah. He's got to be very careful.
So like basically it's like this. So like women are hunters and men are warriors. And in classic WoW. And what I mean by that is like obviously while you're leveling and like low level and mid level, like hunters are going to be way fucking better than warriors are, right? Like they have way more advantages, they can solve way more problems, they're better at doing all kinds of quests. And like just in general, hunters have it very easy. But whenever you get up to like max level, right? Like the warrior pulls ahead massively.
This
like
is sexist.
Warrior is top DPS. Hunter's not.
This is sexist, and I will no longer follow this frame of thought. It's cringe. It's cringe, that stuff. It's cringe. You are projecting your problems. You are not cursed. Here's a new Force Gaming. Let's watch that.
Approaching the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft, if you can believe it.
Thank you, Force Gaming, for the excellent content for my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel. Thank you, Asmongold TV, for the excellent content for my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel. Get back to it.
We are quickly approaching the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft, if you can believe it. I'm fairly certain, by at least a few metrics, this has to rank amongst the most successful, longest-running live service games. Although back when it released, we didn't call it a live service. That phrase didn't really exist, actually. It was just an MMO. But yeah, WoW has done pretty well for itself over these past 2 decades. Yes, the game is far from its heyday, but the fact that it's even still around, drumming up new interest in players, that alone is impressive. 20 years is a very long time for a video game, especially in today's age where most games fail to maintain their player base past a few weeks. Maybe even more impressive, though, is the fact that in recent years, things seem to be on a bit of an upswing. They're nowhere near Wrath of the Lich King numbers for sure, but interest in the game is rising thanks to the advent of classic-era servers, the introduction of new modes like Hardcore and the Seasons, plus the latest retail expansion, Dragonflight, has by most accounts been well received. If you enjoy MMOs but for whatever reason never gave WoW a shot, you never checked out the game for yourself, or if you used to play WoW and are curious about returning to it, I wanted to share a little bit of my experience having come back to the game recently. Maybe this helps you decide if you might want to give it a go for the first time or to come back to it. What initially spurred my latest relapse into World of Warcraft was the introduction of official hardcore classic servers. If you're unaware, this takes the classic era version of the game and adds hardcore mode, where if you die, that's it. Your character is gone forever. It's a fairly brutal way to play the game, but with these high stakes comes some really interesting, exciting, and often hilarious outcomes. The leveling up process that otherwise might be considered mundane becomes a lot more tense. Every cave you enter, every mob you pull, every movement near a cliff, everything has this added air of danger due to the fact that a single mistake could spell the end of your run. I was originally really hesitant to even try Hardcore Classic.
I tried it. I liked it. I can go back to it. I paid for a year. I think I probably will go back to it after a season of Discovery when I've had a lot more practice on my rogue and I'm a lot more like in it and I've played it functionally a lot more. And I will go back to hardcore and take my shit to 60. But I have not been playing rogue for 10 years now. It's been 10 years. 2013 was the last time I did it. I have now, I guess, but man, I sucked. I lost like 8 rogues. I've lost like 8 rogues. I suck at hardcore because I obviously play 3 games at once, like way too much, you know? Like way too much. I can't stop. I can't stop playing 2 games at once. And frankly, I don't know why I have to. And I'm not going to stop. So, Season of Discovery is good for me because, like, you know, death is fine. I could solo all the way up to Kata, I suppose. That is another element I could do. I have not done TBC or Wrath. But I mean, I have all those achieves. There's nothing I don't have out of those expansions, PvP or PvE or otherwise, except for Gladiator. It's the only achievement I don't have out of Wrath is Gladiator. That's it.
To making a single mistake, but I have to say, after playing for these past several weeks, it just makes the entire thing a lot more exciting and engaging.
It does.
I have lost count now of the number of times that I've nearly escaped death. Each one of those moments pretty memorable. Oh my god! You gotta be kidding me! Oh man, that was close. Son of a bitch. Oh great. This is not looking great.
Wow.
Oh shit. Oh my god, bro. Oh shut. Back it up. This is why you shouldn't stream hardcore. I'm just like walking into the very difficult fight without prepping, without making sure my buffs are up.
Yup. See, me too.
This is the site. This is the site. This is the hardcore classic site.
Oh
It's
god.
fucking booking it for someone.
I went so far.
How you doing? You alright? And the other thing that this added sense of danger really does to the experience is spur on a whole lot more community interaction, engagement, and support. I've actually never seen this level of cooperation between players while leveling in an MMO as I have in classic hardcore. In fact, in pretty much every instance that I've seen other players out in the world, there has been some level of teamwork and coordination taking place. It seems like people just sort of gravitate towards helping each other, as we all know the consequence of death. On the small scale, this entails things like, you know, players buffing each other as they pass by. But on the larger scale, you will constantly see healers topping off other players' health. And if someone happens to pull too many enemies, you will see other nearby players like collapse in to engage and help them out. And I am seeing this all the time. Without fail, people are helping each other. There has been a handful of times where I've literally saved somebody's character. Someone who engaged with 2, 3, or more mobs was down to a sliver of health. I would heal them up to full before helping to kill the enemies. And this has happened numerous times in reverse as well, where I have been the one who was saved. It really feels awesome and adds a big sense of community and some jolly cooperation to the World of Warcraft. I have loved it, honestly. Although I would be lying if I said that the times where I have witnessed a player deaths were anything but hilarious. In particular, at one point when I was leveling in Red Ridge, I came across a duel to the death, which is exactly like it sounds on hardcore servers. The loser of the duel, their character is gone forever. I mean, I felt kind of bad because the mage looked like they had no idea what was going on and what they were doing, but the funniest part of all wasn't the rogue deleting the mage. It was the other person coming in after the fact and what looked to be finishing off a conversation they had had prior, in which he told them, "See guys, I told you the dude was total garbage." Like, I literally almost died laughing. It was just one of the funniest moments. Yeah, man, it goes without saying at this point, Hardcore Classic has been a total blast. Now, I don't know how many times I will want to re-roll a character after my rise. But in the meantime, I have been having loads of fun.
Yeah.
The sense of danger has been making playing the game all the more exciting. The cooperation.
I liked grinding Manethil, but the minute that I went to a monument, it got bad, and I'm sick of those quests. I'm so sick of all those quests. I was liking grinding Manethil. It felt right, and I was making good money doing it too. Like, I already had a quarter of my mount down to level 23 or whatever it was. 25. I can't keep going AFK and dying, though. I can't. It's not feasible. I don't have it. I don't have the discipline. I'll admit it. I don't have it. I'm good enough. I don't have the discipline to not die AFK. I really don't have that. I don't have that. I'm not. I will die AFK. Probably level 50 too. It'll drive me crazy. Way worse than if I was 25.
Classic alone is enough of a reason to come back and check out the game. But there's a whole lot more on the horizon that I'm really excited
Your skill
for
has
as well.
increased.
Season of Discovery is another new thing coming to Classic WoW. So
This will be
is not
amazing.
hardcore, it's separate, deaths are not permanent, but it does do quite a few things that add new twists. Basically, Season of Discovery takes the base version of Classic era World of Warcraft.
4 days or whatever it is. Coming out in 4 days.
Have been hidden all throughout.
I'm so excited. It's coming in 4 days. That's going to be so good. I'm doing Season of Discovery. Oh, yeah.
Finding them rewards new skills and talents for every class.
New
which
skills,
opens
new
up
talents.
variety, but also introduces new roles such as tanking, warlocks,
Your
and
skill
mage
has
healers.
increased.
There will be these tiered end games, starting with Phase 1 that has a level cap of 25. So when Season of Discovery launches, players will only have to reach level 25.
I hope they
Start
did
working
well
towards
with this.
collecting
I'm
best
scared of
slot
it,
gear for that
honestly.
level, some of which you'll get from the new level 25 endgame content. This includes a revamped BFD, changing the 5-player group dungeon into a 10-player 20 level 25 raid with new bosses and new loot drops. And there's a brand new open world PvP event where they are turning Ashenvale into sort of a mini Alteric Valley.
Your skill
with
has
faction
increased.
leaders on both sides,
Cool.
camps that buff those leaders, and then rewards for killing other players as well as being on the winning faction. This is basically them dipping their toes into Classic
Your
Plus,
skill has
taking
increased.
the core of the original game, adding and expanding upon it, while ideally keeping the base design philosophies, the things that made Classic WoW, trying to keep those things intact, which is very exciting for a lot of reasons, and we'll get into those after word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Jagex. If
Your
Season
skill
of
has
Discovery
increased.
gets you excited as much as it does for me, you might want to hear about this. Leagues 4 Trailblazer is Old School RuneScape's latest league, a seasonal mode which runs until mid-January. It's a fast-paced version of Old School RuneScape with huge experience boosts, loot drops, and powerful relics which offer various buffs and abilities that change
Did I
the game
die?
in ways you
I
couldn't
probably did.
imagine. Player counts are higher than they've
No,
ever
wait.
been. Lots of people are starting fresh, making now a great time to try Old School RuneScape for yourself. So if you're interested in learning more, check out the link in the video description below. But now let's get back to WoW and Season of Discovery. So this is actually the upcoming WoW content that I'm most excited for out of everything. More than I am for what I'm currently playing in Classic Hardcore, more than Classic Cataclysm, even more than the upcoming retail expansions. Yes, as I said, Season of Discovery is
Me
basically
too.
Blizzard dipping their toes into the pool of Classic Plus. The idea of which is to keep the core structure, systems, and design philosophies of Classic era.
Yeah, I like
and
Classic
expand upon them
Rogue.
to it. So rather than
I think some of
making
the
Classic
jobs
more
kinda
like
suck,
retail,
though.
They're making more of Classic. When Season of Discovery first releases, they'll be doing this in ways. As I mentioned, they've added
The economy on day 1 is going to be amazing, and it won't matter if I die. So if I die, it won't. It really it won't matter. It won't be embarrassing. I can just keep making money each day. And oh my god, if I get a blue on day 3 or whatever, I am gonna jizz my pants. It's gonna be worth 50 gold. It's gonna be insane. I hope they redid the graphics. I don't think they did.
things called discoveries. Now, as the name implies, these are meant to create a sense of discovery in what is otherwise a solved game. So when you first make a new character, things will appear as usual. You'll start just like traditional Classic, going through the normal leveling process in your starting zone. Everything Everything will be just as you remember, but then at some point early on, you're going to receive a quest to go and locate your first discovery. Now, these are these new secrets scattered around the world that reward primarily new class abilities. The first one you'll find through that initial quest that guides you to it, but after that, you're going to have to locate the rest of them on your own. To put more accurately, the community will locate them, and then you will find out where they found it. But some of these you may very well find on your own, but it won't be easy because these will be unmarked. There will be no map indicators or anything hinting or pointing out their locations. As a result, there will be varied difficulties in locating these. Sometimes it could be a simple chest that's hidden in a cave that you've been 1,000 times, or maybe hidden behind a waterfall. Other times you might have to navigate a jumping puzzle, climbing atop buildings, trees, or mountaintops, or there might be discoveries that are locked behind a door and require
Thank God it's not
multiple standing
hardcore
pressure
yet.
plates in order for that door to open.
Hope it
Either way,
goes
the end
hardcore.
result is you find a discovery, and doing so unlocks a brand new class skill or talent from this new rune system. So runes will be granting new and sometimes these retroactively added abilities, skills, and talents for every single class. During the first phase of Season of Discovery, there will be 12 runes for you to unlock, 12 new abilities for every class in the game. Now, the system basically does two things. It makes previously useless specs now viable in Classic WoW. For example, Retribution Paladin, kind of a meme. The only thing the class does is put up a seal and auto attack, basically. Well, with these new runes, Ret Paladins will now have access to things like Crusader Strike and Divine Storm, and even a Silence. And it also opens up entirely new playstyles, introducing things like Warlock Rogue and Shaman tanks, or Mage healers. Yes, you heard that right. Warlocks, Rogues, and Shamans will all be getting these new defensive tailored abilities, as well as taunts, so they can actually do tanking, and Mages are getting both a single and multi-target healing ability. It's pretty crazy stuff. It's really gonna mix things up, all of which means whole new playstyles and metas are going to form. And now I want to talk about the tiered release. Now, as I mentioned this first phase a few times, that is because Season of Discovery is releasing in 4 separate phases, each of which will have their own limited time endgame and subsequent metas. And this is actually what is most exciting for me about this whole thing. So at launch, the level cap for phase 1 is level 25, giving players time to reach that cap, gear up, unlock their class runes, and then try different builds. In that window of time where everyone's level 25 with the 12 new class runes that they'll be having, they'll be min-maxing and trying to make these different low-level builds and gear. That is super exciting for me. It's really going to shake things up. Basically, what I'm most excited about is how this relates to PvP. One of my favorite things in original WoW, 2004, 2005 for vanilla, and then leading into Burning Crusade and into Wrath of the Lich King. During that period of time, I was playing World of Warcraft pretty much every day for like 5 years straight. And one of my favorite things to do, besides focused on the main progression, was to make low-level characters for low-level PvP. The level 19 bracket, the 29 bracket, and the 39 bracket. It was really enjoyable because it was accessible.
Oh yeah.
Different from the main meta,
Wow,
the
BGs.
level meta in
Yeah.
each one of those expansions, right? And I
Will that be
always
an
really
option?
enjoyed that.
It must be.
And this is basically going to be a way to experience that. Starting
Wow.
at level 25 is going to be the first phase, and then phase 2 is level 40, phase 3 is level 50, and then the final 4th phase is level 60. We're basically going to get that version of this lower level different meta PvP all the way up to 60. And then even at 60, it's going to be different as well, but it's still going to be classic. And I think it's that combination of things that's really exciting for me. These different potentials, these different possibilities, these different class strengths, and these different metas, and these tiered endgames. I just absolutely love it, and I love the approachability of phasing it as well. It's not that bad to get to level 25. Might even make multiple characters level 25, get their runes, get their best in slot gear, and try things out in the low-level PvP. And there is going to be even new low-level PvP with the inclusion of Warsong Gulch being unlocked. All of this really, really exciting for me. So in that first phase, one of the new contents is actually going to be PvE based. We're getting a new version of Black Fathom Deeps. What was previously that small group dungeon
Shadow
changes
thing
into a
should have been
10-man
done.
level 25 raid. This will include revamped and new boss encounters along with brand new loot, much of which we will expect will be the best in slot gear for that level 25 bracket, as there's a lot of blue gear dropping in this raid. And I actually got to play through a portion of this at BlizzCon just the other month. It was really cool. I got to see those first 3 boss encounters. I think they said there's going to be like 7 to 10 bosses in total. I don't recall the exact number, but I got to play the first 3. Managed to actually clear all of them with one of the groups that I played with. It wasn't terribly difficult, but it did require some coordination, and it was just fun to see. Like, it was neat to see new content added to Classic WoW. But then with the tiered release, the BFD revamp isn't going to be the only one. They actually already have teased plans for other raids that will be coming in the future phases. We saw clips of Nomergan, Scarlet Monastery, and the Karzan Crypts, so these may very well end up being new raids as we move up those phases. But the level 25 raid is one thing. I'll do it for the gear. Eventually we'll learn the fights and it'll be on farm mode before not too long. That's my expectation. The number one hype thing for me for Season of Discovery is definitely, like I mentioned, with these new abilities and these tiered caps, the PvP, the low-level PvP, the mid-level PvP, I cannot wait. So they're going to be adding a whole new world PvP event to Ashenvale. It's going to work sort of reminiscent to Alldayerrydaybaby Valley. Faction leaders for both Horde and Alliance, multiple camps around the zone, buffing each of the leaders. If you clear the camps, it weakens the leader, making it easier to take the leader out. Now, beyond the fact that PvP will be taking place all over the zone, this new event is also going to give something that requires some coordinated effort if you want to be on the victorious side. And you probably want to be on the winning team because they are rewarded a bunch of Warsong Gulch honor, and there will be reward vendors with level 25 gear for you to collect, along with a short-term, fairly strong world buff for the winning team. They're also introducing these level 25 mounts that you can earn, exclusively usable in Ashenvale. New skills, new metas. It's just going to be a total blast to do low-level PvP. I loved it back in the day. I am so excited to try it in Season of Discovery. So Season of Discovery is launching really soon on November the 30th. There's no PTR, and hopefully that keeps some of the discovery of these room locations a bit of a secret. I know we're going to probably find them before not too long, and that's probably for the best because people just want to unlock their new abilities, right? But there's so much about Season of Discovery that I'm really looking forward to. Funny enough, that is not all for Classic WoW. The Classic progression servers are moving forward from Wrath of the Lich King into Cataclysm. So with this, it comes with everything you expected from Cata, everything that was in Cata. The introduction of both Goblins and Worgen as new playable races. There'll be 7 new zones and 3 starting zones.
Toberod.
Races, new dungeons and raids, a new level cap of 85, and a bunch of other stuff like transmogs, new dungeon difficulty system, updated auction house, account-wide mounts, and more. To be perfectly honest, I'm not too interested here. Like, maybe I'll jump in and briefly check out Cata, level up a character just to go through the old zone for like reminiscing. I don't care to spend a bunch of time on the WoW Classic progression servers. I'm way more interested in Classic Hardcore and Classic Season of Discovery, but then also the retail version of the game, which brings us to the latest expansion, which is Dragonflight. As far as I've seen, this is in a really good spot. Now, I gotta say, just as a baseline, you should know that I played every single WoW expansion, at least for a little bit. Come back for every expansion, usually for a month or 2 at a time. But for whatever reason, I haven't played Dragonflight yet myself. I don't know, when it came out, I was busy with other stuff, and throughout the course of this past year, I just haven't jumped in. But I am planning to. At this point, my plan is to jump in like 1 or 2 months before the next expansion comes out, just to run through, do all the leveling up, try the dungeons and raids, and get the catch-up gear. That's my plan. Even without personal experience, I have heard almost unanimously that this is one of the better WoW expansions that we've seen in recent memory. A bunch of new stuff. There's a new playable race, Drakthir, and with that comes the new Evoker class. It's a hero class like Death Knights, so it starts at a higher level. You choose what faction you want to fight for. It's got 2 specs, a ranged DPS and a healer spec, and this is sort of more of like a support focus.
I love my Drakthir Evoker.
It can also glide around like a demon hunter, and you can even fly while casting, which is really cool. They did a bunch of stuff that people were really hyped for, like a revamp of the talent system, which funny enough, I actually got to see that in the end of Shadowlands when I was playing basically the pre-patch before Dragonflight.
So good.
I don't know why I ended up playing the pre-patch for Shadowlands and not playing Dragonflight. Don't ask, but yeah, they basically went back to more classic-inspired talent system, and people seem to really enjoy it. I recall liking it when I played it in Shadowlands in the pre-patch.
It was okay. There was stuff that it forced. There was stuff that it forces on you that I didn't like.
That people regularly use into the base version of the game, and they added dragon riding, probably one of the coolest things. They basically took the
It was the coolest thing by far.
Flying mounts and just all of the mounts really in Guild Wars 2, and they added something along those lines for World of Warcraft. Essentially, the way to think of it is it feels like a actual flying mount instead of just like a transportation vehicle that takes you at a flat percentage speed increase through the air and then landing on the ground. It has movement, it has inertia, it has momentum that you can build up. It's really great. It's amazing in Guild Wars 2. I've heard Blizzard's done a fairly decent job of emulating that here in World of Warcraft. Warcraft with dragon riding. And then Dragonflight has all the expected new stuff. We got new zones, new story, new dungeons and raids. There's also apparently a lot of cool world quests and events, more horizontal progression in the game, and they made some pretty big changes to professions that people seem to like. Nearly everyone that I've heard talk about this expansion has said it's pretty great. One of the best, actually. That's been the general sentiment. I have seen people make some complaints about like the story in the game. I don't care. I've played WoW on and off for nearly 20 years now, and I could not tell you a single like main thoroughly detailed explanation of any of the story. In vanilla, Ragnaros was the fire guy and we had to kill him. Burning Crusade, Illidan was in jail for 10,000 years and he's really pissed off. Which, yeah, that makes sense. And what happened to Wrath of the Lich King? Oh yeah, Arthas climbed a mountain and froze to death, and then we had to go kill him. I just don't care. So people
I don't
who
care.
are upset about the story in Dragonflight, I wish it was better for you. Doesn't bother me at all. All around, this expansion looks fantastic. I am actually really excited to jump back in. I watched a great video from fellow Guild Wars 2 aficionado and addict. Well, he knows way more than me, but Bloom, if you've heard of him, really great guy, and he did a great World of Warcraft Dragonflight review, basically, and I really enjoyed the video, so be sure to give that a look. Give him a sub, too. He's a cool dude. Now, that is current retail, but at BlizzCon, they actually revealed the next 3 planned expansions for the game, all tied together with what is an overarching narrative. Oh, great. I love those, right? As you just heard. So the first expansion is slated to release in 2024. This is called The War Within. Some more notable features include Delves, which is this new endgame pillar content. It's kind of like Dungeons, but it's like solo with groups of up to 4, I believe. Delves sound just like kind of more interesting twist on a PvE activity. I'm excited to learn and see more. They've introduced warbands, which is basically just their fancy word for account-wide progression. They're introducing hero talents, which are like further specialization for the classes into these more iconic roles. This seems really cool. There's the new allied race of the Earthen, which are basically stone dwarves. Introducing dynamic flying outside of Dragonflight, so that Guild Wars 2 inspired dragon riding is coming to the base flying mounts in the game. That is awesome. And then yes, with the new expansion comes all the new stuff, new zones, stories, new dungeons, raids, new gear, all of that. And then after War Within, we already know the following expansions are going to be titled Midnight and The Last Titan, and all of these are going to be connected together and releasing in subsequent years. So that is World of Warcraft, and man, I gotta say, between classic hardcore, between classic Season of Discovery, with Dragonflight, with the upcoming expansion, there are like so many different ways to play and enjoy WoW, and right now, personally, I've been having a total blast with Hardcore Classic. I am very excited, more so than I am for Hardcore. I'm very excited for Season of Discovery for all the reasons I mentioned. And Dragonflight, by all accounts, like I said, people really love it. Story aside, people love the game. That's the part I care about. And I'm looking forward to playing that. I'm supposed to play other games, and there's like 4 different versions of World of Warcraft that I want to play. It's actually kind of nuts, but that's where we're at right now. That is the World of Warcraft, and hopefully this video give you a better idea just from one person's perspective about where the game sits right now. I've shared with you what I enjoy, and maybe if you enjoy some of those things, it might be a time to check out the game again. But yeah, man, it's astounding. 20 years on, 13 different versions of WoW to play right now, and many of them I'm really looking forward to or currently enjoying. So pretty cool stuff. That's gonna do it for this video though. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Before we go, one final word from today's sponsor. Thanks again to Jagex for sponsoring today's video. Remember to check out Leagues 4 Trailblazer Reloaded for a new way to play old school RuneScape with huge experience and loot boost and insane buffs and power-ups. Once again, links available in the description below.
Narc spent 100 days in PAX Day completely solo. Holy shit.
What up, boys? PAX Day is an upcoming sandbox MMO.
What the fuck? It is what it is. He's living his best life. True.
Built within Unreal Engine 5, and over the last 2 weeks, I've been pretty obsessed with playing it. The game is a perfect storm of my 2 favorite genres, sandbox crafting and building in a massively multiplayer world. I've completely exhausted all possible gathering, crafting, and building elements in this game, and today...
Has he seen our compound? He's seen it, right? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm going to present to you guys my 100 in-game day journey to become the most powerful warrior completely purely solo. That's with no clan, no player trading, and no guides while struggling through this beautiful world. And by God, is it beautiful. But before we get into that, our beautiful patrons and coped out the wazoo Twitch subs and I would love for you to grab yourself a Coca-Cola, because after experimenting with this alpha test, the solo journey has definitely been a challenge. The grind is very real, and by the end of this video, you should have a pretty clear
average MMO enjoyer
idea of the current alpha state of the game, and your feedback can help shape its future. Now, with all that bollocks out of the way, let's begin, shall we?
New frontier.
So the rules for this challenge were quite simple. I have no clan, I can't trade with anybody, and I obviously can't use any guides. I am playing this 100% blind, using my own strategies that I make up in the moment. So you can treat this as the average solo player's experience with PAX Day. The first couple
I think that, like, being a solo experience, a game has to have a good solo experience in order for it to be popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there's ever an MMO where it's like the only way you can have fun playing this game is if you're playing with other people,
Final Fantasy
I think
11.
that's gonna be a big problem.
Nope, 11 did fine. 11 did
did
fine. I mean, you could be a Beastmaster, but nobody was. Everybody loved playing with other people. 11 was entirely about building 6-man parties and becoming friends with them, and eventually 12 and 18-man parties and becoming guilds and link shells and raids with them, and it entirely always was like past level 12. I'm quite serious. You can only use only two. Well, it's like 3 of the 21 classes can actually solo. The rest of the 18, they cannot solo. They will die. They can't solo. They need a tank and a healer. So, and that's why I play Final Fantasy 11. Is not the sociality anymore, but mostly because it has everything that you can do, whatever, but it mainly is a social game.
Sandbox experience. Explore the world, take in the sights, find a place to eventually build the house of your dreams. This first alpha test is broken into 4 maps, and currently there are about 6 main biomes available, all spread across the map and clearly marked. There are also a bunch of points of interest labeled on the map for you to explore that offer a taste of the game's combat. As it stands with this alpha test, combat and PvE are all in a very unfinished state, but the team were transparent about this before the invites even went out. Now,
the combat in this game just isn't good. It's bad, and they know
Really?
it's bad.
Oh.
They haven't made it good yet.
Okay.
So yeah, any of the combat that you're gonna see is going to be garbage. Like, what they're really testing, I think, is probably server capacity, how players are interacting together, how crafting is working, and the building systems. That's what I would say.
much like Ark Survival Ascended, PAX Day is a beautiful example of the potential Unreal Engine 5 has, showing off the intense environmental detail possible utilizing nanites, and of course, the awe-inspiring moments as the dynamic lumen light is projected through the forest, and, well...
This is another, like, kind of minor thing that I think about this game, is that I think that, like, this game needs to utilize kind of like an 80-20 rule with making really exciting, like, trees and shit. Because, like, it's like in New World, what gave New World that exciting texture? Things like blue trees, things like star metal, or like ironwood and stuff like that. You want to have those, like, really cool objects in the world that make you feel like, yes, I'm in, like, kind of a real world, but there are these fantastical elements to it that make it more special. And I think that's something that games really, really need. And I hope PAX Day takes, like, you know, 20% or maybe like a little bit of the trees and makes their own unique ones that are special and unique to that game.
Everything in real time. It's sometimes quite stunning. But enough gawking over graphics, we'll have plenty of time to do that as we arrive at our
Same with
home
rocks and
base.
everything
A
like that.
beautiful lakeside
It's a nice
settlement
place.
would do fine for us, and as the days go by, we'll discover that we've actually found a pretty decent spot with all the resource we could possibly need, all within a few minutes of each other. We officially place down our claim, take a quick lay of the land, and begin the process of preparing our initial basic building. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking, hey, wait a minute, this game reminds me a lot of Rust or Ark, and in
Yeah,
its
sure.
current state, you'd be correct. But you're now probably wondering, what actually makes this an MMO? Well, PAX Day's World is planning to host up to 7
Uh-oh. Look where he is.
1,000 players per server, with each section of the map
7,000,
broken
nice.
into shards capped at 150 people. Traveling out of a shard into a new one is seamless, and later on we'll see some pretty amazing examples of the massively multiplayer elements. So strap yourselves in, my friends, because we're only just getting
You
started.
see that thing next to him, by the way? That's the wall. That's right, we built a wall.
Elements. So strap
You built a
yourselves in, my
wall?
friends, 'cause
Awesome.
We're only just getting started.
It needs big dinosaurs. Maybe something like that.
So
would be
getting
good.
a grasp on the lay of the land and taking in the scenery was pretty damn satisfying. The gathering gameplay loop is very well designed, and it's pretty easy to get a grasp on without spending too much brain power. You basically just
Minor thing is I hope whenever trees fall down, they deal damage to you like in Valheim. I think
Yep.
it's just a really cool thing and it makes funny clips and everybody knows about it.
Yep.
walk up to a tree,
I just
hold
wanna-
down your left mouse button, and boom, the tree collapses, allowing you to chop it up and gain a decent chunk of wood. Damage to the tree and access to larger trees increase as you upgrade your axe, so for now, we're happy with our humble stone chopper, but upgrades later will definitely increase our efficiency. But you see, gathering wood is pretty much the bread and butter of this game at all stages. We
Yes.
need to focus on hoarding this wood to prepare that lumber for the eventual house of our dreams.
I also think that having to wait for stamina to do gathering, I feel like I think it feels really bad. It just doesn't feel good to do that. I wish that they made it to where whenever you're gathering things and like the stamina that you invest into it, like you only lose stamina whenever you're in combat. Because like in Elden Ring they did this and it's like 1,000 times better.
In addition to the wood gathering mechanic,
Valheim has it?
stone
No, it
and
doesn't.
ore gathering works in a very similar way.
Valheim works
However,
this way.
unlike Rust and Ark, you can only gather very specific rocks. Fortunately for us, the field nearby our settlement is abundant in both stone and iron ore. And this is where it starts to get interesting. Gathering rocks sometimes gets you a gem, and when we begin crafting our gear, these gems are the key to crafting special items with special spells on them to help with our journey. And this is the part that really started to suck me in.
Yeah.
Recipes in this world are unlocked when you receive a new item for the first time, and it
This
really
is the exact same as Valheim too. It's like as soon as you receive fine wood or something like that, now you can craft the fine wood bow. As soon as you craft, receive silver ore, you can craft silver armor.
encourages you to go out and try to find new things for new recipes.
Yeah.
I love this element of all types of sandbox games, and hopefully in later tests, this whole system will get fleshed out and gameplay loops.
And I think a good example of like how Valheim does this really well is like in the third biome you have the swamp, and in the swamp there are these trees that have these basically globules of green cum. And if you are able to like build up on that tree and then mine that green cum off of the tree, you're able to make a really powerful bow. It's called the Draugr bow or something like that. I think a couple of other things needed as well. And it's called Guck, I'm pretty sure. And having things like that kind of goes over what I was saying before about that 80-20 rule, where like whenever 20% of the things in the world feel fantastical, it makes the entire game feel fantastical. Because if everything is super crazy high fantasy like that, then it just kind of loses its appeal. But whenever every once in a while you see something that's really cool like that, it makes it a lot better.
will revolve around it. Finishing our gathering session with stone for foundations, wood for
Right.
crafting, and clay to glue it all together, we head back to our cozy spot and begin the placement of the essentials. A wood chopping station, a well, a smeltery, a tool bench, and one of the worst possible storage ideas you'll ever see in your entire life. We bank our supplies, forget where they are because the system makes no sense, and then conclude our work for the day, ready for what tomorrow offers.
Yeah, I think that it would be really nice if they had an ability to maybe mark different chests with other icons. Like, for example, like, let's say you had, like, if you could, all you had to do was color code chests, and you could just make brown chests and blue chests and green chests, and the green ones could have herbalism stuff, the brown ones could have ore, and then the orange ones could have, I don't know, wood in it or something like that. It would make it a lot easier for people, because, like, for me, playing Valheim, one of the most annoying things about Valheim, because I don't like to download mods for the game, but one of the most annoying things about it is trying to manage my storage. It's very obnoxious and annoying, and I wish that this game had a tool to kind of make that easier.
No sense, and then conclude our work for the day, ready for what tomorrow offers.
Even a text box? Yeah, exactly. Where it says, like, stone
As a
on the
new
top
day
of it.
dawns
Yeah.
and the journey continues, the time has come for our beautiful house to make its mark as the centerpiece for the surrounding area. However, our lakeside grotto cannot simply be built without a plan.
the chests.
Therefore, the friendly neighborhood Photoshop is
The
utilized
chests
to measure
need to
out
be
the floor plan
fixed.
and visualize our home sweet home.
Russ
Many hours of
fixed the
headache and
chests.
arguments later,
Russ is the only one that's fixed the chests. Like, all the rest of them haven't fixed the chests. Those chests are disgusting. They're about to do it in Enshrouded, too. Valheim chests are disgusting. PAX Day chests are disgusting. Why would you want 50 billion chests like fucking Minecraft? That's ridiculous. That should have stayed in Minecraft. One big chest with a lot of space, like Rust.
the chat and I come up with a picture we're all satisfied with, and we begin our work.
You're
it's
dumb.
We,
You and your
me.
50 billion
Now,
chests.
before we begin,
I'm about
I
to do it in
first have to
Valheim.
admit something to
You want to know what this whole fucking floor is for? Chests. The only reason I made this floor is not because I like doing floors or building. It's because I'm going to need chests. You know? So, oh, yeah. Oh, did we aggro? Yeah, we did. Curse Maker. Yep, and so fix those chests. I don't want to see 50 billion chests. It's not a good look.
do you. Building a house like this isn't as simple as I'm about to make it look. In order to actually get the resources required to build this place, I spent almost
I'd probably, yeah.
20 hours gathering and processing wood, stone, and clay to have enough resources stockpiled to build it all in one go. And that
I think that's okay. By the way, I think it's completely okay that resource acquisition is very slow for building houses, because what you're talking about is, like, this is a structure in a semi-permanent world. You want to give people the ability to, like, have long-term progress with something like this. It should be, yeah, the game should be long-term. It shouldn't be like in Valheim, you can build a house in like an hour, right? Less than that.
wasn't even enough to place the finishing touches, so bear that in mind as you watch this building montage. Overall, the building in this game is very satisfying. They have four
Yeah, it
basic
is.
build sets right now: stone, wood, low-grade plaster, and brick. And to be honest, they all look pretty fantastic. The core mechanics are very solid, and with a couple of polished patches, PAX Day has the potential to be one of the best building systems in the genre. The
Yeah,
community
I think almost everybody that I've talked to agrees with this, is that the building system in the game is great. It's just great.
have already built some fantastic set pieces and villages, and we'll get to see them as we explore
big
the
one.
world on our adventure. There is so much feedback that I want to give for this, but I submitted it all through the in-game feature, and I will very likely follow this video up with a dedicated feedback video anyway. So
Make
you
sure Narc knows that I'll probably be doing an interview with the devs for this game at some point, maybe after the alpha's over, I'm not really sure. And so if he has some questions that he wants me to ask, I'll ask his questions to the devs directly. And, like, get a response.
can look forward to that in a day or two. And there you have it. The
That looks
house
really
of our
nice.
dreams. Beautiful, fantastic, brilliant.
There
I can
it
hear the
is. Look at
compliments
that.
in the comments already, because we're finally set up for success, just in time for this world to open up its potential over the coming days.
Looks really nice. The 38th.
This day was a pretty special one. After concluding the finishing touches on the house's interior and exterior, the server had a new arrival. The Bold One had arrived, sparking some hype and really demonstrating the massively multiplayer part of the game. We spent this day exploring the Bold One's fortress and the amazing village that they had built. And this is where the game really shines. Everywhere you go in PAX Day, there are buildings around that genuinely cause you to stop and appreciate the player's work. From isolated cottages in the middle.
By the way, I was the one that set all of this up. Because I told them, like, everybody was like, oh, we don't have enough room to make all the iron that we want. And so I said, okay, build twice as many furnaces. And then everybody built all of the furnaces, and now nobody uses them. No, it was we. It was. I was out there farming clay. I was farming clay, and I would carry it all the way up the stairs to the top, and I would drop it off in this guy's box. And you know what? The entire thing is built.
Of the forest to clan-sized, handcrafted villages, all the way up to streamer-led cities, completely dominating huge areas of the map. PAX Day has a fantastic sense of player presence when there could simply be no players nearby, and exploring this world is one of my favorite activities. We spent the next few hours exploring the map and appreciating the buildings that players had built, because this is what this alpha was all about after all. But as we crept deeper and deeper into this game, the lack of a clan or even just one extra teammate really begins to slow our progress down.
It does.
However, the challenge must continue, and I am determined to see how far I can go in this game all on my lonesome.
To be fair, like, we popped the fuck off on this game. Like, we dominated this shit. This was so fun.
Yeah, it's nice to have the power of thousands of people.
Like, y'all didn't see this. We actually built the entire pathway up the entire mountain. And there's a giant Starforge monument at the top of the mountain.
I haven't seen it.
A castle that's like building off the top of the mountain, off the top of the cliff, like Minas Tirith.
In a very functional state, the processing well underway for all the necessary resources, we craft some basic armor and weapons and try our luck in one of the world's PvE points of interest. Sword and shield in hand, leather donned upon our breast, we venture out towards the closest cave marked on the map. The journey there gives us more fantastic vistas of the world, again utilizing that nanite tech to render buildings impossible distances away, and sometimes—
Isn't that incredible? Like, I feel like something like this wouldn't even be possible 10 years ago.
Nope, they wouldn't have.
It's amazing that it's like the level of quality here.
Yep.
Bro. I swear to God, I've been farming. I swear, I've actually been farming. Like, I have farmed bags and bags and bags full of clay and iron ore and stone. Absolutely, yeah, I did. And you can go and ask anybody in my fucking clan, and they'll tell you that.
You've just got to stop and appreciate how beautiful this world is. Our ore would soon come to an end, though, as we arrive at the entrance.
Okay, just a minute. Everybody remembers Donta, right? We all remember Donta, one of the architects? Do we all remember him? Yes? I can confirm Zachrar farmed lots of clay. I did. And I took the clay and I put the clay in your boxes. That's right. So I don't want to hear this shit. Okay? Paid actor? No.
Of our cave. Inside, we're met with corrupted wildlife, which we dispatch fairly quickly with the old tap of the left mouse button and nonchalantly chugging our limited potions. However, we did not come here prepared for what the game was about to throw at us, and pushing deeper and deeper into the cave, we met demonic imps, corrupted wolves, and the corpses of many who dare venture these dark halls. Reaching the bowels of a cave, a barrier stand before us, and after a particularly difficult fight against 3 imps at once, we're met with the treasure trove that they were guarding, an underground ruin untouched by adventurers and teeming.
Wait, what? This is a whole underground ruin? Holy fuck, I never even saw this.
With loot. no doubt. We steel ourselves and approach.
Oh my
You
god.
gotta be careful with the pools.
Enshrouded's about to be good like this too. Enshrouded's gonna be really good.
Hellion.
PAX Day and Enshrouded are both good. I played Enshrouded. It's a good game.
We never
Demon!
encountered those.
Oh my god, he just shot me up from miles away.
Smart. Run, run, bro, run, bro. Oh, there it is, there it is. There it is, there it is. Get his ass. Get that potion, get that potion. He gonna die, he dead, he dead. Oh, oh, oh. You should have had the potion.
Clearly unprepared for soloing the challenges awaiting us, we get back in our lane and prepare to craft the best possible armor and weapons the Alpha has to offer. But this too would prove unwelcoming to our humble single pair of hands, as
Yeah.
the required wood, leather, cloth, and ore needed to craft such equipment quickly becomes a much more daunting task than expected. Wood
See, you have to understand that, like, in our guild, everybody has full gear. Everybody has full gear, everybody has everything. It's not a big deal.
Gathering for coal had become a chore that we do on the regular to maintain our ore processing, and because of our location, we had a comfortable amount of trees nearby to fill us up in no time at all.
Charming,
But
yep.
keeping our coal supplies stocked would become a simple matter in comparison to leather. But again, because of our location, there was a large, indefinitely spawning rotation of boars and bears nearby to fill up our stocks in no time.
Oh,
The
that's
real
good.
issues were the sheer amount of wooden planks required to level up our armor smithing, the flax needed to create cloth,
Yep.
and the iron ore needed to craft the actual armor. You see, the processing and crafting in this game is mostly done at a station, requiring you to sit there AFK whilst you turn wood, flax, and leather into processed parts. This, I would say, was what I spent the majority of my time doing, watching streamers or YouTube videos whilst
There
I
it is.
processed the materials needed for either leveling up or crafting itself. To get cloth, you needed to find a comfortable
Yeah,
respawning
this is definitely a game that's better played in a group. Like in Valheim, I think it's very easy to play Valheim solo and to be totally fine. But I think this game definitely, and I don't think that's a bad thing either. I think it's good because you want to have an MMO. Like this is the, so like remember when I talked about like in Classic WoW how you can do the entire game solo, but it's gonna be fucking hard. But
Yep.
if you play with other people, you can make things way easier.
Yep.
And I think that's exactly the way that this game is going, is that like you can play it solo, but if you play with other people, it's way easier and you can do things way faster.
rotation of flax in the world. Luckily again.
No, they're just Rust noobs. They're Rust noobs. Any Rust player would know. Solo shouldn't build big. And I'm gonna say it again, guys. Solo shouldn't build big. And if they weren't noobs, he's a noob. Straight, I mean, he's a rich noob, but he's a noob. And like, you know, and I don't mean like noob as in he's bad at games. I mean, he didn't play games that matter like Rust. He should have. I mean, he did, but he didn't play it well. Like, he should have played a lot of Rust, or he wouldn't be such a noob. Because like straight up, like any solo player will tell you, don't build fucking big. Don't build big if you're solo. 1x1s, 2x2s. I'm talking like the same is true with the real world. If you're like a single person, get used to 1-bedroom apartments. Don't be living in fucking Taj Mahals and shit like that, or people will rob you. You won't be able to handle the upkeep or any of the stuff because of how big the place is. You see these rich solo like humans and stuff in the real world, like fucking like, you know, buy like these huge apartments and fill them with crap like MTV Cribs. Well, yeah, it's nice when you have all the servants to take care of it, yeah. But when it comes down to it, if you're like a solo drug addict or something like that and you don't want people in your house all the time, it kind of sucks when you own this huge house. And so trust me, like if you're solo, don't build big. Also on top of it, it impacts Day and DayZ and Rust. Like really, like don't go into the ghetto with a mink coat, not expecting to get robbed. Don't build big if you're solo, and try to make $1 out of 15 cents. Don't roll bling. Don't ever roll bling. Bling is for base defense and roams. It's not for, you know, it's not for fucking around with an AK on the road. You know, it is on small servers, but real fucking servers with real fucking people with real fucking like non-consensual PvP. Like, you don't fuck around trying to look like Taj Mahal, or your enemy shows up there and takes it from you fucking quick. And your enemy is anybody who has the strength to take it from you. It's not the dude that you shat on yesterday that you think's coming tonight. It's the bigger group, the bigger fish that you don't know about, who's had you on the agenda for 3 days but didn't get around to you yet. And that's what's happening to my base in that one server I built today. That's what's happening. The minute that I stopped logging in there, they probably just raided it. Like they knew I had the skill to defend it, but they were also like, yeah, the minute he disappears, we're gonna raid it. And I guarantee that base is gone the minute I stop paying attention to it. Because if you have strength, you take the things around you until you're either of too much wealth for anybody in the group to reasonably spend, at which point you stop and you get bored. Or and by spend, I mean they can all roll AK for the rest of the wipe or whatever. Or you just build small. Like, I'm building big in this because it's single player. If it was multiplayer and competitive with PvP, I would build small. You know, I thought PvP in Valheim might actually be really fucking good. It's one of the reasons why I bought it, and it turned out to be disappointing. But like, so I'm building big, but that's because I have a single player game. In Rust, I would never build much bigger than a 2x1 with like a tower or something like that, and maybe a wall, maybe a boathouse. Not gonna do like a Taj Mahal like that. Only Care Bears would ever build that big. Navigating the base itself is a pain in the ass. I'm just saying. I gotta put a thing over this fucking... I gotta put a wall around this fucking thing. It's so annoying. Yep, snap that. Yep, and just snap it out or whatever. Yeah, like snap that out. Yep, snapping position. Yep, invalid placement Y. Oh my god. What about that? Can you do that? Oh my god. Give me something, man. Nope, snap the auto. Snap the auto. No. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's just worry about that later. I aggroed something, did I? Yes I did. Oops, yep. Yeah, snap it, right. Missing requirement. I'm out of wood. No, I'm not out of wood. Oh no, workbench. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, like give me the workbench here. There we go. Or whatever. I guess that's good enough, yeah. And then just give me like a floor. Yeah, just give me a floor right there. Yeah. Did that work? Yeah, do that. Oh, that won't work. Why? Oh, because there's no wall. Okay. Am I dying? Yes, sort of, but not really. I'll charm him if it gets bad. I'll monitor this in 15 seconds or so. I started a fire with a tiger this morning that I really should watch. All right. What am I at now? I'm at, oh, wow. Yeah, my shift is ending. Jesus. All right, well, nice thing about one-player games is you don't get raided when you go to bed. Which is what will happen in PAX Day. Which is why you don't build big, by the way. Or somebody comes and takes your shit. PAX Day has a PvE safety, like, high sec, but it's a little, you know, it's kind of PvE-ish. Like, you know, they're like I want to live in null sec. There. Does that work now? Try that now. Can I do that? But it has a roof. It's right there. What are you talking about? It has a roof. Damn it. Break that thing. So annoying. Oh, my hammer broke. Are you fucking serious? So stupid. Throw that shit on the ground. That thing too. I don't care about that. Alright, you. I don't know. I guess I kind of built this like kind of dumb, I suppose. That's sort of dumb. I guess I'll... Oh, I need a crafting station. No. Damn it. Yeah, whatever. Get it way back in there. Yes, like that. Yes. Yes, I probably could. You don't think that's a roof? I think that's a roof. Oh. I guess they mean like roof? Okay. Well. Okay, so. Nope, nope. So we go building and we make a roof, I guess. Nope. Oh, we'll just give it a nice little thing right here. Yep. Roof. Roof. The roof. The roof. The roof is on fire. Station is too exposed. Oh, stupid thing. You don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. Burn. Wait, I can build. I just can't repair hammers and stuff. That's fine. I'll figure it out. Okay, so then this won't matter. And let's do the rest of it.
Yeah.
And once you've gathered it, you then need to sit and AFK process it all. This nearly 40-minute gameplay session didn't even yield enough for me to acquire 4 cloth. But this, my friends, this is just the beginning. The real struggle was iron. Currently in the game, you can gather raw iron at spots outside of your home valley, and filling up your inventory takes about 35 minutes. Unfortunately though, the gameplay around this consists of pressing left mouse button the whole time, and each node only yields between 3 to 6 iron ore each. On top of that, to use this ore for the iron, you required steel. Currently, you can process 3 batches of 45 iron into 9 pure iron ore, then
Now can you guys see why we needed all of those forges? Yeah. Yeah, we needed a lot of forges.
process that
Fuck
into...
that. I ain't trying to be a mining slave in an MMO job. Hot take. I think that's great. I think that's exciting and cool and interesting and new.
64 steel bars, requiring a total of 4 hours for 4 bars.
4
Granted,
hours.
this particular material can be done whilst playing the game, unlike the others. However, regardless of a group or not, that grueling task of gathering the iron still needs to be done by someone. One full inventory would yield you about 8 bars, and in the spirit of continuing this challenge, I did this grind about 8 times for a total of 64 steel bars, all of which were put to good use, and eventually, after many hours of persistence, we were ready to craft the best armor the Alpha had to offer.
Oh
But
my
I think we've
God.
earned a good
Holy shit, this guy like... Oh my fucking god.
He no life to it.
rest before we commit to
He
that.
did what I would do. What I do.
Valheim Iron Grind? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was Valheim Iron
As our
Grind.
final day dawns, chests bulging with materials desperate to be crafted
This
into
guy's
high-tier
stacked.
gear, I felt nothing but satisfying excitement as I approached my armor-smithing bench. Much like before though, I have to admit to you guys that the process of getting to this point may seem a little deceiving. You see, level 33 armor smithing was not easy to get. It required an insane amount of iron for nails, leather for strips, and wood for planks to grind up to this point. And although the game offers a pretty easy curve to do that, someone, whether that is you playing the game solo or someone in your group, needs to commit to this grind. And without even taking gathering or materials in mind, I watched 16 episodes of One Piece whilst I did this. 5 hours got me to level 33, enough to craft some of the best armors currently available. So, let's begin. Grabbing
Oh
my
my
sheet of
God.
material information, we began with the helmet, moved on to the arm guards, the leg chainmail, the leg plates, the boots, the breastplate, and finally, the most expensive and powerful piece by far, our Uthra's chainmail.
It's 27. Difficulty very easy, so... No! No! No!
What's he worried about happening?
Unfortunately, RNGesus did not smile upon us that day.
He failed the craft.
Fuck.
And
That
despite the
sucks.
grinding that I did to get the appropriate level, we failed to craft our crown jewel, and are left with nothing but despair. Chat definitely didn't mock and berate me though, they encouraged me to continue without it. You
Yeah.
don't need it, they chanted. You are a god gamer, and that was all I needed to pull myself from the pits of depression. RNG would not defeat us this day, so chainmailless, we grabbed our best food buffs, our best potions, our spell reagents, and set off on a journey to overcome one of PAX Day's infamous dungeons.
Okay.
Traveling across the world, discovering multiple new biomes, we approach our quarry protected by ghoulish vampire beasts. Overflowing with confidence, wielding my newly crafted gear, we plunge into their stronghold and hack through their forces with the might of 100 in-game days' work.
What
Jesus.
the f is a spawn rate?
I do think that, like, armor in this game, like, Valheim getting new gear and new armor feels really good. I don't think getting new armor and gear in this game feels that good. Wait, he's actually gonna die. He's actually gonna die even with all this
Take a
armor.
potion, please.
He's gonna die with all this armor.
What the f is this?
He's actually gonna die with all this armor. He can just heal through.
And just like that,
Bro, he should have made the chest piece. See, that's the problem. Like, he literally had this.
I think it's a skill issue.
Lazy, man. He didn't spend 14 more hours farming the chest piece, and he died.
lost it
This is
all
what
in an
happens when the
instant.
grind
But
turns you into a
I am
bad
just
player.
one nerd desperate for a good MMO.
Like, this is why I went on Rust today and got like 30 kills, just to show the world that I could do it. Peg headshots at, you know, fucking 70 meters and shit with a compound bow. It didn't even reach guns, and I still got 30 kills. And you know, and I just want to, you know, show them that I can do it, you know. I'm back from dinner. Welcome back, man who stands. What's up? I am playing Valheim, EVE Online, and Final Fantasy 11. And it's getting a bit late for me, but I am not going to stop yet. What time is it now? It is... Yeah, oh, yeah, I got some time. Got about another hour and 40 minutes, I think. So...
And I hope you enjoyed our journey through PAX Day's first alpha.
Thanks
I
for
really
stopping
enjoyed
back
making
in.
This video, and I hope you enjoyed watching. This whole
Backpack
adventure took
Battles
place
demo,
live
fuck yeah,
over
dude.
at twitch.tv/Nagaverse. So, if you're looking for more shenanigans like this, come join us.
Look, Nart, whenever you're ready to play the game, just let me know. We invite you to the guild, alright? It'll be alright. You'll be okay.
As we'll be concluding our thoughts on PAX Day and discussing the future of MMORPGs, because we're high on copium.
Speak for yourself.
Look. This game was fucking awesome to build. Obviously, the combat is not super great. See, like, he should have gone with us on the chest runs, man. We were doing some New World chest runs. And there's the video right there. Make sure to give it a like. This is really, really good. And again, if Narc has any questions he wants me to ask the devs whenever I do the interview, assuming that it happens, I will go ahead and do it for sure. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, did it end? Okay.
No way. Oh my god. Was this World War Z? Oh my god. We weren't... No way. I feel like if our guild name is Olympus, we have to figure out how to get on top of that mountain there. This way and then up. Make sure your stamina bar is full, guys, okay? Don't take any risks. Oh shit, we go. Whoa. Oh my fucking god. Oh
Beautiful.
my god, look at this. This is insane. Let's go inside. That took a while. Yeah, it sure fucking did, didn't it? That's sick, yeah. Okay, we'll go inside here. These are all my chests. So we took out a lot of the stuff in here. That's good. Okay, and then we've got... Oh my god. So this is and we've got all of our chests in here. There's a door right there. It'd be nice to get some torches in here, but we're planning that out soon. And we have a little walkway. Oh my god, look at this. I come bearing gifts. Wait, not yet. Let me just look around. Oh wow, and there's Catton's area. Look at this. Holy. Wow. Last night we were building. It wasn't anywhere near this. Can you take the torch off for now? Yeah, just get rid of the torch for now so we can actually get a better idea of like what the visuals look like without the torch. Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Holy shit. And then, oh, wait. Oh my god, what the Jesus! Oh my god! Holy fucking shit! Look at this! No way! This is what we're building.
Fucking hammer broke again. Ugh.
We're in? Yeah. Oh my god. And this takes us all the way down there? Okay, let's go up to the top then. And what's this up here? Is this the watchtower? It's a watchtower of all chests. Just for building. Oh my fucking god, look at this.
Wait until they discover nullsec. They're such noobs. They're actually noobs.
So yep, we've got everything.
They're not good at PvP. They don't know what nullsec is. They don't know what lowsec is. They're not good. I mean, they're like these people. They are care bearers. Asmongold is the most famous care bearer, I would say. He has Glad and I don't, but it's because he bought it. You know, I'm saying, like, these are care bearers. I can't wait until they see nullsec and they understand what it is that skill is going to be actually considered. Nullsec will be considered skill. Sitting around building this shit in high sec will be cool for a year, but then anybody with any balls or skill will be in nullsec, and he'll understand that this is like this pales in comparison to a real castle with real defenses and real people and like serfs and fucking like towns nearby and, you know, money coming in and flow and like people and clay and dogs and horses and people and shit. Trust me, like this is piddling and crap to a high sec noob who doesn't know how to PvP. I'm sorry, but it is. I got 30 kills today. I doubt he's got 30 kills this year. Just saying.
And look at this.
And he wants to play the PvP game. He'll find out. He'll find out. He doesn't belong on PAX Day. I mean, he does belong on PAX Day, excuse me. It's just stay in high sec. Stay in high sec and build this stuff. If you think this is impressive, stay in high sec then, please. I don't give a living shit about this. This does not matter. It's eye candy at best. And it is not something to be proud of. Only scrubs build this big. None of it matters till somebody can take it from you. Somebody will take. I mean, in high sec, nobody's gonna touch you. But the other thing is you can't make any money in high sec. When they realize that all the best weapons and all the best money is in null sec, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I have to move to null security to raid." And they're going to be like, I don't want to play PAX Day. PAX Day sucks. Just like they said about New World. Just like what they did to New World. They were like, no, they've got to add dungeons to it or something to keep us interested. This game isn't as good as we thought it was. It's got to be casual and more dungeons and mounts and all this crap. No. No, you're just bad. You're just bad. And you stood around Stormwind for 10 years. I'm sorry, but it's true. Wait till you see nullsec fucking PAX Day and you'll understand it. Like, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? Us who played EvE and Mortal and Rust and all that shit, they get it. You're not going to get it. You're going to get constrained to high sec. And when you go to nullsec, everybody who's ever hated you is going to band together. And they're going to take your castle. This is what happens in Rust. I mean, trust me. There'll be this Asmon, you know, there'll be an anti-Asmon castle that'll build right next to yours, and they'll grief you all day long. And you'll be like, man, I can't make the real money because of the griefing. Welcome to non-consensual, which is the game that you chose. Just saying. Noob. I say it with love.
Do we own these people or are they other people?
Oops. Shit.
Do we own them or what? We start an outpost on top of them.
No, I mean, he's played Rust. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's just a noob in the respect that he sits around and does PvE all day. But he's not bad. And he has been on Rust. And he did the streamathon and he went up on the streamer island and fought only streamers and he did fine. He's not bad. He's noob. As in, he doesn't have any experience in PvP. He bought that gladiator. And he doesn't sit around PvP all day. He detests PvP. He's a raider.
The mountain? Okay. The stairs and the mountain?
Oh,
Wait, you started
I'm
an
good.
outpost.
I'm good.
Wait. What the fuck? Okay.
Wow, that is so many people.
Give me a minute. We will look
So now,
at that.
like now, and this is why I bring this up. Like why I get angry here a little bit. It's not because I dislike him or I have some problem with him or that I'm trying to diss him. I like him. I watch him every day. I think he's good. My thing is will he take? Will he actually play the game? And will he take this crew to nullsec? And will he turn them into real gamers? Or will they sit around high sec like pansies and do React content for 3 years? Which is what I think they're going to do. And they'll bring all these people to PAX Day. But I mean, like, where he really needs to go is nullsec. He'll never do it. He'll never fucking go to nullsec. He'll never do it. I'll personally build a guild to hunt him. He'll never do that. And that's why I think this is the wrong game for him. I mean, it's not the wrong game for him, and I'm going cyclically. It's just, why would you sit around high sec your whole life like a fucking pussy? Play some Rust, play some EvE.
Look at this whole thing.
Like, why would you sit around high sec like, you know?
No.
Do not sit around high sec for, what did he do this for? Like 10 days or something. He sat around high sec. Now, that's the only thing he can do in this playthrough. But when he understands what low sec and null sec actually is, he will be like, this game sucks dick. I guarantee it. And when he understands that you can only make fucking peasant money and farm clay and stone and wood like some kind of fucking lumberjack peasant who makes pots and wood. I know because I am one. I'm the team farmer. I fill boxes with wood, stone, sulfur, clay, whatever the fuck you need, right? I'm the farmer. But see, that's all the stuff that you can get in high sec. In low sec, you get steel, gold, iron, stuff that makes metal palaces, right? That's low sec. In null sec, you get like platinum, mithril, palaces made of shadow and with like flaming fucking turrets and shit. Fucking nasty world mobs that take 6 people to kill and, you know, but pay out shadow and flame and mortar for your shadow flame and mortar temple that's like held together with like fire and shit like this that'll burn people for even stepping in it, you know? And that's null sec. That's called sovereignty. So in EvE we call that sovereign space, where like literally there's a moat, a big one, made of fire. There's web all over the land that your people can walk over, but they can't. There's pitch burning oil, endless cauldrons of burning oil across every wall. So if you approach the walls, they just dump the burning oil on you and shit, right? And if you build a castle and there's somebody in, you know, within 9 blocks of you who has a bigger castle than you, they show up not tomorrow, not in Asmongold time, like the next day at 6 p.m. when he's ready for it. They show up there in 45 minutes, stomp him in, come through the gates when there's only like 25 people there. They take everything he has, and he realizes that why did he come to nullsec with 2 months worth of wages that he didn't secure first? Because he doesn't know what nullsec is. And they can warn him, but he won't understand it till he's actually been there for a while. It's like war. He thinks that there should be rules. I tend to disagree. There's no rules in real PAX Day, real EvE or Rust. You can trade nudes for gold. You can kill people, you can steal the G Bank, you can stalk them for weeks on end, no problem. Devs don't give a shit. Spam the N-word in their voice chat, and like, I mean, trust me, real, actual games, I don't think he's ready. You ain't ready for it. You don't know what it is.
Y'all building a city? We are.
It wasn't New World, and what you had them turn New World into wasn't it. Not even close. I think you should play some EvE. Not even it. Nope. Yeah, you can build your nice player-owned stations in high sec, but only noobs build player-owned stations in high sec. Noobs and children and people who are scared. Care Bears. And I know that's all you can do right now, but still.
Oh my fucking god. This is massive. There's Dante right there waiting.
These people, they are not surprised by this.
Holy shit. And there's this is all
They've seen it before in Minecraft and Rust. You know, games that are better than World of Warcraft. Minecraft, Rust, Valheim. Mortal to a much less degree. Much less degree. Ultima Online, EverQuest.
that are in the guild.
Old school RuneScape.
Let's go down.
Which, of course, you know, the Barons, or not the Barons, but the what is it called? Like I forget the PvP area in the Baron in old school RuneScape, but that's a ripoff of Ultima Online. They're all a ripoff of Ultima Online. EVE Online is a ripoff of Ultima Online. Nullsec is real man's MMORPG. Theme parks are for children Care Bearers. And I know because I play PvP MMORPGs all the time. And this high sec player owned station does not impress me. You shouldn't have wasted your time on it. You should have explored the game more. Noob.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, you got some builders, man.
So much more than last night.
You got some Rust builders.
Like I was expecting to like show you guys like it was gonna be pretty cool, right? But I didn't realize like all this work was gonna have been done overnight. This is incredible.
These people need something to do. They're bored as fuck. Rust sucks, and WoW is dead.
Look at that. Boxes, little
Minecraft's dead.
sit down.
These people need something to do. They'll farm wood all night. They don't care. I need something to do. They haven't made good games in a long time. Valheim is the closest thing we've had to a good game in a long time.
Okay. Assuming I can grapple on? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let me go down here. And so I guess this leads us out into this area. Okay. Wait, what the hell is this? Is this another area? Oh, I know where this is. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Holy shit. And then there's a whole other area.
Your skill
there.
has increased.
And then there's this too.
Wait, I'm fighting, am I? Oh, yeah. Nice, yep. Oh, I charmed a tiger? Yes, I did. Very good.
Jesus, this is all built? Yeah, the whole thing was built. We built this entire thing.
In a day. God damn, man. Like, it's cool, but it's still a high-sec noob. It's like a high-sec noob, a noob nursery.
I'll have you know,
It's like a nursery rhyme.
I was farming off stream. I was farming off stream, getting clay,
Yep.
building up the clay together.
Yep, you're a farmer. Yeah.
As much work as some of these
Get
other
used
guys.
to it.
I was doing stuff too, okay?
Yeah, you were farming. Get used to it.
Being lazy, okay?
You will be compartmentalized to that role.
Yeah, I mean,
No, don't worry.
Anybody who was there knows that.
God damn it.
Look at this. This is our other
what's now?
Wait, there's another whole building here? What the fuck? This is all new.
Can I use this now? Yes.
Oh my god.
Your skill has increased.
What now? Do I have to like go in there and put a whole bunch of beams, I guess? I think I do. That sucks.
Working on that last night.
Alright. Well, okay. I mean, I don't care about that. That's fine.
Holy fucking shit. Look at
Yeah, I like these things. These things are good. Yeah, like, yeah, like, yeah, right, yeah, like, there, yeah, break that one.
fucking god. This is insane. Yeah, this is so good, guys. Like, this is incredible. Let's go down to the bottom. I guess I can just jump down here. And what's in here?
Games are getting better.
Lighting.
We're on our way back up the infinity again.
Perfect. How is this possible? Where the hell am I? Wait, there's a basement? Oh, bro, I feel like I'm about to get Havel's armor. Look at this. Oh my god. This entire thing. This is just nuts, man. Okay, let's go out here. I'm gonna show you guys. And there's apparently a second base being built, like an outpost. Saya's back. Oh, I have returned. Look at all this. Oh, these are the tanning stations that we have. Bro, you guys are ready. Holy shit. Can I get a guild invite? Yeah, sure. You should got an invite. Look at that. Holy fuck, man.
So
Strength and honor,
annoying.
exactly. This is amazing. And this is all the stuff that we have. This is our outdoor. We're probably going to build like a big wall around this area, but we just haven't really had a chance to do that yet. Oh, did we finally get this area back? Yeah, I think we did. That's good. Look at this. And this is all our stuff. And this is like a second crafting station over here. I think we own this area too. Yeah, Yoshi's part of our guild, I'm pretty sure, right? Is Yoshi one of our guys? I think he is. Yoshi, yeah. That's Prime Container. I'm not sure. Holy fuck.
Cool, they made fire arrows now.
Yo. He says,
Made a
"I'm
crew
here." Okay,
bow.
Yoshi is part of our guild. Okay, that's what I thought. Holy
Finally.
shit. This entire thing is the castle.